Welcome to the Hook Exhibit, where we get to share and express our go-to songs, hooks, and lyrics based on our experiences that just do it for us. Whether it's pop, country, rock and roll, hip hop, dance, opera, techno, you name it, because it don't matter. Because here there are no strangers, just friends we haven't met yet. And the show goes a little something like this. I'm going to share and express my go-to songs, hooks, and lyrics based on my experiences that do it for me. And then we're going to have special guests on the show, and they're going to share their songs, hooks, and lyrics based on their experiences that do it for them. So lately I've been feeling a little goofy, maybe because this whole quarantine thing. I'm trying to keep as busy as possible, but I'm getting a little goofy. And the one song that brings me, feeling goofy is is Kiss by Prince and the Evolution. Or it might be just Prince, but I forget. He changed his name a couple of times. But let's take a quick listen to it, and then we'll dive right into it. That might have been a bad impression. But again, as you can see, it gets me goofy. When I first started paying attention to Prince is when his song came out in 1999. It was like, way ahead of its time, talking about the future. I believe it came out in the mid to late 80s. But such a talented man. It's a shame he left us too soon. But that song right there, it gets me goofy anytime, anywhere, any place. That song comes on, I'm getting more goofy, a lot more goofier than that, and I just have a good time with it. It's just the whole melody, the lyrics. I think it's quite comical. You don't have to, be rich to be my girl. You don't have to watch Dynasty to have an attitude. Like all those lyrics in there. It's to me I love those creative juices, and it puts another spin to it. And he's just such a cool dude. And again, it's a shame he left us too soon. So. That's my go-to song because, again, I am feeling goofy. This quarantine thing might be getting to me, but, we push forward and do what we got to do. So our next guest today, really cool cat. I met him a few years ago. He's an amazing cook, and he's going to tell us more about what he does with his expertise in cooking. Let's welcome James Jimmy Jam Hennessey from Egg Harbor Township. Jimmy Jam, how you doing, pal?
Good, brother. How are you?
Great, man. Great to have you on the show. What's going on these days? I know I saw you just recently, 4th of July, cooked those awesome ribs and that brisket.
Yeah, just trying to, like everybody else currently, try to do your best in what the situation is. I've been working home for the last 4 months, so it's a little bit tough trying to find something new and innovative to kind of do and keep yourself going. But I think like all of us, we're redefining what we are as humans and trying to see where we can push things and challenge ourselves internally. So it's good. So still working on some projects at home, but cooking a lot, which is really good. And as you got to savor some flavor on 4th of July, which was good. Nice little group, nothing too overwhelming, very much social distancing. So it was good. It was really a good time. So I was excited that you came.
Oh, man, I was excited to be there. I mean, this guy, I've eaten all over literally the world, and he's right up there with everyone else, and he's in my own backyard. I have that advantage or that what's that word I'm looking for? I'm getting a brain fart here, but I have the luxury of eating his food. I mean, top-notch stuff, really top-notch stuff. So what do you – I see you got the Eagles hat on. What's the Eagles hat?
Yeah.
Fan or what you got going on there?
So I'm the executive chef at Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Philadelphia Eagles. I've been there for a little over 10 years. This is my 11th season going into. Hopefully it all happens. So currently sitting at home waiting to get a jump on the season and looking like we're seeing with these other sports that looks like it's going to come into fruition. But, every day something changes and something that you have to adapt to it. So we're just trying to plan ahead and be ready for whatever comes our way.
Very nice, very nice. Now, I know you're no stranger of being in front of the camera and talking about and showing, not showing off, but showing your skills. Tell me funny moments you may have had, in front of the camera while they were taking shots of you as you were sharing with other people of your skills and what you do for the Lincoln Financial field?
Well, I have a couple. Like last year, I was on I believe it was Fox, and up in Philadelphia, and they had me do a thing where I literally had to put on a football helmet, get down in a 3-point stance, and run towards the camera, which was unique for me because I'm a big guy, so I'm like an offensive lineman. We don't run very far, but I got past the cameraman. They're like, "Yeah, just go like this." I go and I whack the camera, and like the guy's like, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm like, "I had a helmet on. Are you okay?" Which was kind of funny, and everybody laughed at it. And they actually put the shot into the bit, which was really pretty cool because you kind of see the camera go up. That's because I hit him, and he literally turned at the same time. So that was a good, funny time. I mean, and every time you do these, it's unique and I'm still trying to like gather this whole Zoom thing because it's definitely different. When I was on Rachel Ray, sitting backstage and literally waiting for your time to go. We were sitting there, had all the food ready to go, and walks over. David Boreanaz comes walking over, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm David." A cup of coffee in his hands, like a normal person. Had an honest conversation, which was really, really cool. And then next thing you know, they're like, "Yeah, it's time to go." And I literally like went right out there, and we did it one take in front of the
Nice.
live audience. It was nerve wracking, but I think in the moment once you start going, you kind of like you put all that aside and you just kind of like you speak from the heart. You talk about what you know and what you love, and my passion's food, and it makes it a little bit easier. The hardest thing is when they try to give me a script because I can't look down, read something, and then look at somebody else talk. It just doesn't work for me. It's got to be all from the hip. So
That's cool, man. That's really, really good stuff. One of my passions, as you know, is cooking as well.
yeah,
It's so much fun, and it's so much fun, and it's such so much it's
gratification.
so gratifying.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's so gratifying
Oh,
how you create something and people enjoy it because they're eating your food, and it's again so gratifying because that's, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if you do it, but I do it. Once I cook something, my eye's going at the corner. I'm looking at the corner of my eye. Look,
yeah.
they like it. I hope they like it. Da da da. And it's really cool when you get to see everyone going, oh man. So now a trick that I do is I take a long, long time cooking to make sure that they're just about starving, so they have no choice but to like it.
And it's only gonna be nothing but goodness. Yeah. Like, oh, that was so good. Well, is it good because it was good, or is it good because you were hungry?
Right. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it's not that bad. That's happened accidentally. But.
Yeah, I think as chefs, I think that's why we kind of like jumped into this whole industry because it's all about pleasing others. You just sit there, you slave, you work your butt off just to kind of get it done, and then once you go out and you talk to a guest or a client and you say, how was everything? You say, oh, this was the best meal I've ever had in my life, or this was this really made my birthday or made my anniversary. Then you know that you set some memorable experiences and you were a part of some aspect of their life. And we all can't say that in some of our day-to-day operations, but to actually do that and whatever it takes to get to that point, all the painstaking hard work, it's all worth it. I think in the long run, I think it's all about making sure that people enjoy themselves. Similar to what you did with music. I mean, music's all about entertaining, uplifting the soul, keeping people going. And the same thing with food. But we get to a point with food, and food fills you up. Great thing about music is it keeps going and allows you to reverberate in your brain. And later down the line, when you're sitting there with nothing on, you can literally recite what the last you heard, and literally keep going and get your spirits in the right direction, which is great.
You hit that. You hit the nail on the head with that. It's music is extremely gratifying, like you said. You can go back to it, and everything's all good if you're in a bad place or not so high place or whatever. So you're absolutely right on that. So speaking of music, what mood are you in with a go-to song or a lyric in that go-to song? What's got you in that mood? Or that song?
So the song gets me there all the time, and I know it's an oldie, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's basically Guns N' Roses, "Welcome to the Jungle." It's
Oh,
just
nice.
the beat of it, the whole, everything about it kind of motivates you, and I think everything, when I was growing up, came out in 1987. It's basically 7 years old. But I used to play ice hockey, and we would utilize that song at home, and they would play it, and you would like warm up, and it would literally get your energy, your blood boiling, ready to go, and then motivate you to like give an extra 50 to 100% and get you really in that mood real quick. And I think the same can be translated to, basically in the kitchen. So when you literally listen to that song and it's going to be a long, you got 600, 800 covers, or you're serving 77,000 people, at the end of the day, you need to get motivated. You got to get there quick, especially when you're walking in the kitchen at like 5 in the morning and to get ready for a 1 o'clock game. You need something to get you there. So I literally turn it on right before, like 5 minutes before I get to the stadium, coming over the bridge. And literally when I walk in, it's like, it's all go time, which is pretty cool.
That's really cool. Let's take, I got it right here. Let's take a quick listen to it.
Nice.
Yeah, they are undisputedly one of the best ever. Really, and I could see how that song would motivate you. I had another guest. She had a specific hook that I gotta look it up again, and we'll go over it. But she had a specific hook or in that song, which really I never really paid attention to. I like the music and the beat and the melody, like you had mentioned. But again, I could see how it could be a good motivation for 5 o'clock in the morning, hitting starting work and feeding 77,000 people by 1 o'clock. I mean, that's crazy, man. That's awesome. And hard work pays off. And how long have you been cooking now?
I've been cooking since I was 15.
Wow.
So 25 years now. I think I'm
Nice.
40. So old man. Don't feel it, but I'm an old man. But yeah, so it's fun. It's just like everything, you find your passion, you find what you really love.
Yeah.
And that was really something that stuck with me. I think when I was younger, I tried multiple things, and cooking just comes easy to me, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. But it also gives you the freeness to kind of like adapt recipes. Whereas if you're doing bacon and pastries, you have to be very precise, very technique driven. So this allows you to kind of be a little bit more creative, almost like an artist, and kind of like, here's your blank canvas. Yeah, we can give you directions, but you can alter it any way you want, and then basically make it your own, which is really cool. Not many professions can say that. You kind of like have to stick to kind of what you do, but it's
No,
awesome.
I totally agree. From being in the restaurant business myself years back, people were worried if I showed them how to do something, just say for example a chicken parm. People worried about it. Don't give them your recipe. I mean, chicken parm's basic, but whatever recipe. And my response is, who cares? Let him do it. He's not going to do it the way I do it. He's not going to put my heart into it. You know what I mean? So, and I mentioned that because of the creative aspect that you had mentioned with it. You could, everyone can make their own version of a chicken parm or pizza, whatever. And everyone could be great with their own little twist to it, which again, it's the gratification part of not only being able to create that, but also having others enjoy your food as you. Yeah. That's really good stuff, and that's where I can relate to, because again, that's a passion of mine too. You were with Rachel Ray.
We did the Rachel Ray show once. She was. It was really fast. There's a lot going on in the behind the scenes where people don't see, but she was really, really sweet. Like I said, we did the one take. I was on there for I think a couple minutes. I don't even remember. And we had to drive up to New York. My general manager and I, we went up there, got all the food ready. And they have their own like private kitchen in the back, which is nuts. Like 7, 8 people in that back doing their thing. Right. And we literally set everything up. They took pictures of everything, and then he was literally like, here you go, it's showtime. And I didn't realize at the time when they were taping that I was literally the first person to come out. So it was literally like, when we went to watch it, I was like, oh my God. It's like, I didn't realize, like, you could see as they're panning over to show their whole show thing that I'm just still standing in the background. You can see me. And then next thing you know, I come out, which is pretty cool. And we did some taping at Lincoln Financial Field as well with one of her correspondents, Dame Drops, who's pretty big on the social media scene, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and stuff. He's a super awesome dude. and then they played that first, and then I came out, and it was a whole scene. And then David Boreanaz came out, and we gave him an Eagles jersey, and he was promoting SEAL Team, which is a great show. I watch it up until now it's on everything's reruns, but yeah, it definitely it was a good time. It was definitely an experience, and we had a blast.
That's awesome. I had a quick question that just went blank. Shoot, it'll come back to me.
No, it's all right. I wanted to tell you too, Guns N' Roses played at the Link a couple years ago too, which was phenomenal.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I think the one great thing about an outdoor venue concert is the sound is way better than in like an amp, like a stadium type of arena type of setup where
Right.
it's kind of the sound gets echoed. So to see them live and granted it wasn't them from back in the 80s type of atmosphere, but slashing the guitar and just killing it and everything that came with it. It was an amazing show.
That's really, really cool. Now, they came back to me with what I wanted to ask you or mention to the folks out there. Because you're part of the Eagles family, you got a Super Bowl ring, didn't you?
Oh, I did, yes.
Did you happen to have it handy so we could show the viewers? If not,
no, I don't. I
Well,
have it locked up. It's under lock and key, man.
No, I got you, man. Well, so folks out there, when everyone, a lot of people, I'm sure, have seen a Super Bowl ring, whatever. But to see one live in front of your eyes, I mean, he's a big guy. He's got, he's a big dude. This thing was just wow, like, man, it was so cool. Had his name, it has your name on it too, right?
Yeah, it has my name engraved on the side.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I was really blessed.
Man. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Eagles organization really they took it to an extra step, and they took care of a lot of people that we didn't think that listen, there's a lot of supply and demand type of thing, so to actually be honored and be offered a ring and given one is really an appreciation that I never thank them enough for. And it shows that they see too the hard work that we do day in and day out is it's paid off. So it's a great experience, and especially being an Eagles fan, it makes it even more rewarding. You know what I mean? Because it's a keepsake that I'll have for the rest of my life that I'll never give away, and hopefully I'll be buried with it. No, somebody will take
cool,
that
man.
once I die.
Well, your hard work is a reflection of what you create and all that. And again, anything that, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, but anything that you have made, I'll eat it. It's so good, everyone. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's so good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. So, but James, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you coming on, giving us your hook, your go-to song to get you motivated to feed 77,000 people. And hopefully, you'll be able to do that sometime soon to feed all those people again.
Yeah.
Us people partying, having a good time, having brisket and ribs, which by the way are amazing. He makes his own hot sauce. And
yeah,
it's just you got to try his stuff out. But anytime you appreciate the food at the Link, whoever goes to watch Eagles game or whatever other menu there, it's him. He's the creator. He gets it done. So, but James, again, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you, and we'll catch up soon. All right, pal. And I'm definitely going to have you back on the show. Hopefully, when you'll be feeding 77,000 people.
Will do. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man. And there you have it, folks, the awesome James Hennessey from Egg Harbor Township, South Jersey, giving us a spin, his go-to song with Welcome to the Jungle by, again, the undisputed, or I'm having a brain fart today, but one of the all-time greats out there as far as music, heavy metal band, Guns N' Roses. So, and that's another edition down for the records here at the Hook exhibit. Thank you all so much for joining us. And again, hit the message button. Let us know what your thoughts are. Give us your hook, your song, your go-to song, your lyrics, and we'll play them on the next show. Again, y'all, thank you all so much for joining the Hook exhibit, and we'll catch up soon. Take care.